Ocean, thoughts on the NA Super Team drama? All right. North America peaked in M3 under BTK, wherein they were third best. They finished in third, and it took two Filipino teams to knock them out, and they shocked the world, safe to say. At MSC 2023, they did not make it to playoffs under Outplay. At M5, they did not make it to playoffs under the Ohio Brothers. Obviously, the whole super team drama, the whole NA is Zane situation comes into play. More on this via Mirko's newest episode of the Sarcast. And of course, you can just tune in, see what all the Clippers are saying, what they're grabbing from different streams. But what's important here is there is a straight line you can draw from when they dropped. And I hate to say, and I hate to agree to such a, what seems to be very simple-minded and biased opinion, but it's supported by one of NA's most well-known and beloved talents. I had to ask Trex, right? I had to ask, dude, Mr. Wagner, where did it go wrong? Why is TOB and NA in general this way now on the international stage? And here's what he had to say. Nobody on the team had that dog in them. Now, what does that mean? One could take it as they lacked an in-game leader. They lacked that authority, that personality that would just push the team on forward under one linear and straightforward and strong direction. Another would be, again, I'm not one to question commitment. I'm not one to question desire or willingness or grit. I know when I see it, but maybe this team just hasn't matured across the board the way that they were hoping to, especially when it comes to in-game execution. So take that as you will. You can check out my interview with Pika, their manager slash coach for their M5 run. He mentioned a little bit there of how across the board they're just also fatigued. So maybe that in-game leader or that personality that they can anchor onto might have been more important. And yeah, safe to say you can't blame fatigue if it's a tournament and a performance that's 6 months removed from each other, right? You're looking at MSC and you're looking at M5. It's a majority of the same dudes. But I kind of agree. Now, onto that singular, maybe biased perspective and opinion, they need someone like Zane. That's what I'm saying. Just read between the lines. They need someone like mobazane. They need someone like Michael Kosgun. I don't know. That might have been what made BTK, what made the Valley such a threat, such a force to be reckoned with, is the fact that, you know, you can't question their mental. There's someone who's always going to push them forward by hook or by crook, via comms or via their, you know, post-game discussions, just the way that they run a tight ship. And does this not sound familiar? Does this not sound like an ingredient from one of the greatest teams and most dominant forces in MOBB y'all have seen in the past? Talking about Omay Venus. Omay Venus is that force for Blacklist International, even for Onyx PH when she was playing for them, right? Is that not the case here? And one might argue that the Philippines was in the same place as NA now as we were maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Omay Venus debuted. So even then, she was already pushing the boundaries. She was moving the needle. And Zane knows that. Zane instinctually knows that a team needs that. Whether or not he bumps heads with other people or whether or not parts of that team that he was once part of just wants to play with others, doesn't matter. I think that's what was missing from the BTK and the Valley from the past. Just to build onto what Mirko said in the Sarcast, which I commented on, you'll see that. I hope that sparked a discussion, is how friendship doesn't really mean anything in the realm of professional anything. That's where the longevity lasts. That's where you truly unlock something that consistently performs and outputs anything, right? BTK, yeah, they were able to cobble together a good performance for the better part of a month and a half, and they shocked the world.